सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम् सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम् नैषा परावरमतिर्भवतो ननु स्याज् सुहृदो जगतस्तथापि संसेवया सुरतरोरिव ते प्रसादः सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम् नैषा परावरमतिर्भवतो ननु स्याज् जन्तोरेथात्मसुहृदो जगतस्तथापि संसेवया सुरतरोरिव ते प्रसादः सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम् नैषा परावरमतिर्भवतो ननु स्याज् जन्तोर्यथात्मसुहृदो जगतस्तथापि संसेवया सुरतरोरिव ते प्रसादः सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम् नैषा परावरमतिर्भवतो ननु स्याज् जन्तोर्यथात्मसुहृदो जगतस्तथापि संसेवया सुरतरोरिव ते प्रसादः सेवानुरूपमुदयो परावरत्वम् नैषा परावरमतिर्भवतो ननु स्याज् जन्तोर्यथात्मसुहृदो जगतस्तथापि संसेवया सुरतरोरिव ते प्रसादः सेवानुरूपमुदयो न परावरत्वम् word to word meaning na not ऐसा this paravarah of higher or lower matihi such discrimination bhavatah of your lordship nano indeed syat there can be jantoh of ordinary living entities yatha as atmasuhirdah of one who is the friend jagatah of the whole material world tathapi but still there is such a demonstration of intimacy or difference samsevaya according to the degree of service rendered by the devotee surataroha eva like that of the desired tree in Vaikuntha Loka which offers fruits according to the desire of the devotee te your prasadah benediction or blessing sevanurupam according to the category of service one renders to the Lord Udayaha, manifestation. Na, not. Paravaram, discrimination due to the higher or lower levels. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: unlike an ordinary living entity, my Lord, you do not discriminate between friends and enemies, the favorable and the unfavorable, because for you there is no conception of higher and lower. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to the level of one's service, exactly as a desire tree delivers fruits according to one's desires and makes no distinction between the higher and the lower and the higher. Purport: in Bhagavad Gita 4.11, the Lord clearly says, Ye yathamam prapadyante tam tathaiva bhajami aham. As one surrenders to me, I reward him accordingly. As stated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Jivera Swarupaya Nit Krishnera Nityadas. Every living being is an eternal servant of Krishna. According to the service living entity renders, he automatically receives benedictions from Krishna, who does not make distinctions, thinking here is a person in an intimate relationship with me and here is a person I dislike. Krishna advises everyone to surrender to him. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja. One's relationship with Supreme Lord is in proportion to that surrender in the service one renders unto the Lord. Thus, throughout the entire world, the higher or lower positions of the living entities are selected by the living entities themselves. If one is inclined to dictate that Lord grant something, one receives benedictions according to his desires. If one wants to be elevated to the higher planetary systems, the heavenly planets, he can be promoted to the place he desires. And if one wants to remain a hog or a pig on the earth, the Lord fulfills that desire also. Therefore, one's position is determined by one's desires. The Lord is not responsible for the higher or lower grades of our existence. This is further explained quite definitely in Bhagavad Gita by Lord Himself. Yanti Deva Vrata Devan Pitrin Yanti Pitri Vrata Bhutani Yanti Bhuteja Yanti Madhyajino Apimam. Some people want to be promoted to the heavenly planet, some want to be promoted to Pitriloka, and some want to remain on the earth. But if one is interested in returning home back to Godhead, he can be promoted there also. According to the demands of particular devotee, he receives a result by the grace of the Lord. The Lord doesn't discriminate, thinking here is a person favorable to me and here is a person who is not favorable. Rather, he fulfills the desires of everyone. Therefore, Shastra enjoins akamah sarva kamova moksha kama udaradhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusam param. Whether one is without desire, the condition of the devotees, or is desirous of a fruitive results, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. According to one's position, whether as a devotee, a karmi, or a jnani, whatever one wants, one can get if one fully engages in in the service of the Lord. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine नमो वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्वसे नमः हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण. So this sloka here, actually this similar theme here, Prahlad Maharaj is glorifying Lord Narasimha Dev, that Lord doesn't discriminate, is equal to everyone. Unlike an ordinary living entity, you, my Lord, you don't discriminate between friends and enemies, and so like that. So the duality, the nature duality which is there in the material world, he is saying that is not there in the Lord. And similar question actually was asked by Sukhdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj. He also asked the same thing. Law, I mean, to Sukhdev Goswami. Parikshit Maharaj says that it seems that Lord is partial towards demigods who are his followers, but and he's discriminating between them. So how do I understand this? Then Sukhdev Goswami explains about this, and that I think that section is of Vrittasura, where he says that how in that he is favoring both of them actually, and there we see that how uh, even Lord was favoring in a way to Indra also. Indra actually Vrittasura somehow. Actually, Indra had killed Hiranyaksha and the Hiranyakashipu and their mother. She was very much grieved that, and she had developed enmity towards Indra somehow, and she wanted to kill Indra somehow. So she prayed for that, and she asked uh, his husband that somehow I should get a son who will be able to kill Indra and the demigods. And her desire was actually she was given a process so that she will then she will, if she does it nicely, that process, then she will be able to, she will beget such a kid, otherwise opposite will happen. And what happened that somehow she was not able to follow the whole process, and between Indra, as he got to know that there is a loophole in the process, and if I somehow break her vow in between, then opposite will happen. Hmm. Actually, so, and the benediction was actually, I don't know if it is benediction or this thing, but the thing was that if she is not able to follow the process, then what will happen? The friend of Indra will be born. And that was the this thing. So later, this is what we see, that somehow Indra interrupts the process she was following, whatever was given by her husband, whatever tapasya. Actually, the tapasya was to worship Lord Vishnu. Actually, that was the process, and it was given that somehow if she, some rules were prescribed that if she doesn't follow, then opposite will happen. And Indra somehow comes, and one day she, after I think taking food, she didn't wash her hands or her mouth, and then Indra entered her womb, and he did something mischievous. And then what happens, that Vritrasura is born, who is actually devotee of Lord. He was supposed to kill Indra, but actually he is actually devotee of Lord. So there we see that actually Indra now Vitrasura, he grows and becomes so big and powerful that he conquers all three worlds. And then, actually, then what happens? I mean, same thing happens again. All the devtas, they go to help of Lord Vishnu. They ask for the help, and Lord says that yes, I will come. I'll help. And actually, Lord says to Indra that you go to the Dichimuni, you ask for the his bones, because he's so powerful. He has done tapasya for many many years. If you ask for this thing, you can make a, and you make a weapon out of it, Vajra, thunderbolt. With that, you will be able to kill. And that's how Lord give him benediction, that this will have power to kill Vrittasura, otherwise he cannot be killed. Hmm. So Indra goes, he gets that weapon, and then there is a big war between both of them. And there we see that Indra wins, he gets his kingdom, and Vitrasura, who was a devotee of Lord, and in last few prayers, we see that what is his mood actually. Although he's fighting in the war, but still his meditation on the Lord, that is not broken. And it's just like Bhishma Dev when he was on the bed of arrows. So he gives many instructions to all the Pandavas, especially Yudhishthira, and that is called Bhishma Parv. That is the biggest this thing. And then at in one of the verse Bhagavatam says that he concentrated his just like tortoise is there, when there is a danger, he retracts all his senses, all his limbs. Similarly, Bhishma Dev, one when the time to give up his body came, he all that he focused his mind completely on Krishna. It says that he, all the objects which were there he was describing, he removed all those and just focused on Krishna. Similarly, Vrittasura also, in last few moments, he gives up all things, and he says to Indra that you kill me. Actually, I'm waiting for it. You will be winner. You will get your kingdom, and my desire will also be fulfilled because I'll go back home, back to Godhead. He was so confident actually. So, and then Indra kills him, and Indra wins his kingdom. Vrittarasura goes back to home, back to Godhead. So there, that's how he describes. Sukadev Goswami describes to Parikshit Maharaj that Lord is not partial. You see, he's fulfilling the desires of both demigods also and demons also. So he's, I mean, not partial. So here, like it is said, that you are not discriminating. Nonetheless, you offer your benedictions according to level of one's service. Exactly as a desire tree delivers fruits. So here it is told that Lord is just like a desire tree. So, and this we can see in the pastime of when Bali Maharaj, when he was doing this tapasya, and Vaman Dev, he comes in the form of a small Brahmana, and he asks for a 3 steps of land. And there, Bali Maharaj, he's, his guru was present, Sukracharya, and also his sister was also present at that time. Now, now Lord, when he came, he was so effulgent and so beautiful and so nice that even the, although Bali Maharaj, he was a demon, but he was very impressed, and he was thinking that who is this Brahmana who is coming. And he thought I should give him something, whatever donation he's asking, I should give him. He developed that desire to serve Lord. And at the same time, his sister was also there. His guru Sukracharya, he became this thing a little alert that this is Lord Vishnu himself coming. He will do something mischievous here, definitely. So, but his sister was also there, and when she saw Lord Vaman there, she developed desire. I wish that I had such a child, such a beautiful child, whom I can, how, like her motherly feelings, they got aroused. She thought that if I had such child and I could feed him my own breast milk. So that desire she got by seeing Lord Vamana, because he was so small and cute and very looking very so nice, so. And now Lord as Paramatma, he notices everything. Okay, this sister of Bali Maharaj has this desire. I have to fulfill this. It's like it says here that Lord is like a desire tree. So now, but later what happens, that somehow Lord transcendently cheats. Bali Maharaj, it is not cheating actually. He asked for three steps of land, and he said, okay, I'll give. So, but his sister thought, okay, it is a cheating. So then what happens? He thought, first she was thinking I should feed him with my own breast milk, but now she was thinking, I mean, that I should kill him by giving him poison. Now, Lord noticed the first desire and now another desire, second desire also. So now he has to fulfill both desires. So this is a contradiction, no? Now that one has to feed the breast milk with motherly affection also, and that lady has to kill also. So how is that possible? But Lord, see, he uh, he performs his pastimes in such a way that there seems to be contradiction, but he reconciles all of them. So now, how did he fulfill the desire of sister of Bali Maharaj? In the Krishna Leela, when Putana, she came. So she had a desire. Now she was supposed to breastfeed Lord Krishna. At same time, she was having the poison at her on her breast. So now, when she saw Lord, when she came, Putana came to kill Krishna. There it is said, for a moment, by seeing Lord Krishna, she felt that motherly love. But later she remembered her what was the target she was given by Kamsa to kill actually Krishna. So both the desire were fulfilled. She were able to breastfeed Krishna, Lord Himself, and although she had desire to kill, but at least she tried, whatever. But still, there it says actually that how Lord is, and actually by hearing this pastime of Lord, that although she had she had come to kill Krishna with this nefarious motive, but still Lord gave her such a wonderful position of Dhatri. That is, uh, Dhatri is called like a nurse. When mother is not there, there's Dhaima. So now that is such a wonderful position. That too not normal Dhaima, Dhaima of Krishna himself. So I mean this Sukdev Goswami, when he was in the womb of his mother, he is son of Vyasadeva. Now he was not coming out from the womb of his mother. He was saying that actually, if I come out from the womb, Maya will catch me. I will get into this material world. Material desires will develop. So I don't want to come out from the womb. I will be inside. I won't come out. So that happened for many, many years that he didn't come out. But Lord, I think Lord Himself had to come and assure him that please come out. Don't worry. Material nature cannot touch you. Don't worry. So as soon as he comes out, he runs to the forest. You know, he's so transcendental that he doesn't have to learn Vedas and go through all the these process of purification, which is mandatory for every living entity. But he runs to the forest as a sannyasi, like that. Now Vyasadeva, he couldn't even interact with his son, who is a newborn baby. So every father has affection for a child, and now the child is running to the forest. Immediately after taking birth, he is taking sannyas. So he runs after him, that son, oh please, oh son, please stop. But he just goes without any attachment. Now Vyasadeva, he thought that what will attract this son of mine. So he sends one of his disciples that you take this sloka of Bhagavatam and you recite where Sukdev Goswami is. You go to the forest. So this disciple of Vyasadeva, he goes to the forest and he recites this same sloka, which describes that how Putanas, although she had come to kill Krishna, but Lord promoted her to the this position of Dhatri. So there is that sloka is like this: Aho Bakiyam Istanakalakutam. So there, that how she had put poison on her breast, but Lord promoted her to a position of Dhatri. So by hearing this, actually in starting Sukdev Goswami, he was a impersonalist. But by hearing this, he thought, I mean, who is this wonderful personality who is so merciful? So by hearing this pastime of Krishna, that how Lord is so beautiful and how he is so merciful, anybody can become attracted. And Lord Himself says that I come to protect my devotees and to annihilate demons. So Lord comes here to attract all the living entities through his these pastimes of showing his mercy and his uh, beautiful nature. So one devotee was telling that actually Lord has two qualities. That Lord is very merciful and Lord is very powerful, most powerful. So he was telling, if Lord is only merciful and if he doesn't have any power, then what will he do with that mercy? He might have sympathy and compassion for others, but without power, how can person help others? So because Lord has both things, because he is powerful also, if one has only sympathy, he cannot do much. And if he is only powerful, he doesn't have sympathy, then what will happen? He will become like a monster, like a demon. He will trouble others. So because Lord is having both qualities, so that's how he help all the living entities. Like it says uh, in Shastras that Eko Bahunam Yobididati Kaman, that Lord is one and he is taking care of all the living entities. So like that. So this is how Lord, although uh, he's a he's like a desire tree that he fulfills the desire of person according to his own desire. Like Prabhupada mentions here that ye yathamam prapadyante, Krishna says that by as per our desires he fulfills. Hmm. So Prabhupada says actually there is no discrimination in this. Just like we say uh, that in material world also that how our if person another person now, but actually, the see, even in this world, what happens if person is he has animosity with us, we'll develop hatred towards him. If somebody is favorable, he is showing friendship, helping us, then we will be favorable to him also. But now it may seem that sometime Lord, that he is partial to the demons, he is killing them just like that. I was uh, we see so many pastimes that now it may seem that Lord is so cruel, he is killing all these people, but actually by his killing also he is delivering them. Like Prabhupada says that Lord's killing and is showing favor or showing love, it is all the same actually. Like that, because he actually purifies, like it says when in the Mahabharata war was happening, Kurukshetra war. Although now what was happening, it is said that Krishnasya adbhut karmana, that Lord's activity, they are very wonderful, very astonishing. That there what was happening, that Lord, on the order of Lord, on the instruction of Lord, Arjuna, he was killing the soldiers in front, he was releasing arrows. But because it was happening on the order of Krishna, when those arrows were touching, they were piercing the body of the enemy soldiers, Kauravas, what was happening? They were getting purified. All their sins, they were getting removed. And then what was happening? They were getting darshan of Lord also in the front. So like that, then so they were getting purified and then taking darshan of Lord. So because of that, they were getting liberated actually. So this generally people argue that Krishna, he caused such a great war, so much of bloodshed, so many people died. I mean, what kind of God he is? So when we give Bhagavad Gita, also we ask people to take Bhagavad Gita. They say that actually this will cause quarrels in our family or like that, and it promotes violence. But because they don't understand actually that Lord's killing or showing love, they are actually the same thing. So like that. And we see in the Leela of this Bhishma Deva also that how Lord is fighting with him. Or actually, he uh, forced Krishna to take a weapon somehow. And Lord is also fighting and Bhishma Deva. So there is now there Prabhupada says that Bhishma Deva, he was piercing the body of Lord, and it seemed that blood was oozing from the body of Lord. But actually, Lord's body is transcendental. But still, Prabhupada says, although Bhishma Dev, he was throwing arrows at the body of Krishna, and it was piercing the armor of Krishna, and blood was coming out there. But Prabhupada mentions there, actually, it was just like a lover. He gives a rose or a flower to her lover, it is the same. It was like an exchange of love between Bhishma Dev and Lord Krishna, although it may seem as if they were fighting fiercely against each other. So like that. So Lord's reciprocation is depends on our desire, just like we discussed about the sister of Bali Maharaj. And similarly, we see here Prahlad Maharaj also, that how he had such an intense desire. He was always remembering Krishna, that Lord personally appeared in front of him to save him, just like that. And we see the mood of Brajvasis, that how, I mean, when this Leela of Yamalarjuna tree, that Leela happened, Ukhal Bandhan Leela, Damodar Leela. So those two trees were there, Yamalajuna tree, and somehow they fell. I mean, by Lord's will, Lord wanted to deliver them. And then what happened? But when the Brajavasis came, they saw that Lord was bound by a mortar, and they thought that our little Krishna, he cannot, he cannot bring these big trees down. Isn't it? This must be some demon, definitely. And now and they saw that Lord is so helpless. This small baby, our baby, he's helpless. He's bound by mortar. But by Lord's grace, he has been saved. Otherwise, big trees are there. He would have been crushed. So now they got worried that if this things keeps happening, so many demons are coming, then our baby is in danger. So let us move from here, go away somewhere else. So now previously they were in Gokul. Now they went to some other place that is called Chatikara. So now they moved from there. Now, in general, if we see in the world, let's just say some one family is having problem living in some place. Now they will move. They are having problem. They will move somewhere else. But we see in this lila, actually all the Brajavasis, all of them they moved. Whole village, all of them went away, went with Nand Maharaj and the family. So there we see the mood of Lord, I mean, mood of Brajvasis who are such a nice devotees of Lord. So according to their desire, Lord is also reciprocating with them. Just like their intense desire is to be with Krishna all the time, then Lord is also fulfilling their desire and He reciprocates according to their sacrifice. That moving from one place to another, it is not an easy job. It is described that they were moving on bullock carts. They had filled their, I mean, whatever possession they had, and they moved actually they had to cross the Yamuna river also actually. Now, crossing a river, it was very difficult actually. Now, see, Krishna was not just having Brajavasis with him or Gopa boys, uh, other devotees, his parents, even the cows were also there. So how would they go? Isn't it crossing a river? Cows. Now big cows they can swim, but small these small calves and small they cannot move. So they had to carry them on their shoulders. So much of sacrifice they did just for one small baby, that is Krishna, because it was their uh, Krishna was their heart and soul. So they did that sacrifice to move to another place. So like that we see, as per the reciprocation or our desire, Lord fulfills the desire of, or He reciprocates accordingly. Hmm. And in 10th canto we see that when Kamsa he invited Lord Krishna and Balaram, he sent Akrura to invite Krishna and Balaram to Mathura. That uh, like like they say, no, that अपनी गली में कुत्ता भी शेर होता है ना. So like that, Narad Muni had given him advice. See, you have sent so many demons to kill Krishna and Balaram, but you haven't been successful. They are dying just like that. So do one thing, use different strategy. That if this is your home ground, then you will have advantage. So you invite them here, then you will be more powerful. So now Kamsa was thinking whom to send. So he thought, if I send some other person who is my person, then Krishna and Balaram or Nand Maharaj, he will get a doubt that why is he inviting. So he sent Akrura, who was actually Vrishni or Vamsa of Lord, his father. But at the same time, even they had favorable. They were Krishna and Balram. They were favorable to him, and he thought if I send this person Akrura, then they will not be They will not feel threatened, and Nanda Maharaj will send them both Krishna and Balram. So Akrura goes there and invites Krishna and Balram for fighting, for wrestling match, and they also come there. And when they enter the arena of wrestling, then what happens? It is described that so many different varieties of people were there. Actually, he had advertised it in such a way, this match, that all the people had come. He advertised it as that there will be many people will come. You can bring your milk, you can bring your curd, you can sell here, right? So many people will come. So many Brajvasis had come, all the gopis, all the sakhas of Krishna, and even the elder Gopas, Nanda Maharaj, and other people, all of them had come. So here it is described that how different people, different audience which was there in that arena, how they saw Krishna. So there it is described the various groups of people in the arena regarded Krishna in different ways when he entered it with his elder brother. The wrestlers whom Krishna and Balram were going to fight, they saw Krishna as a lightning bolt, thunderbolt. Huh? And the men of Mathura, those who were elderly Gopas, they saw Krishna as, sorry, of Mathura, they saw as the best of the males, best among men. And the women who were there, Gopis, they saw Krishna, the woman as Cupid in person, just like a Cupid, the most beautiful person, the cowherd man as their relative. So those who had come, those who were Brajvasis, they saw Krishna as the relative. And the impious rulers, so Krishna had, Kamsa had many other kings who were under his supervision, under his control. They saw Krishna as the chastiser, his parents as their child, and the king of the Bhojas as death, the unintelligent as the supreme lord's universal form. So in Bhagavatam it is described that how one's consciousness grows. So when the person, the stepping stone in spirituality is that one, he sees everything related to Krishna, that everything which is present in the world, that is somehow related to Krishna, like that. And the yogis as the absolute truth. So now wrestling match and yogis, it doesn't match. Yogis, what they have to do in wrestling match, isn't it? Common people, mass, they come to see wrestling matches and all. So like if we see for T20 match, if we go, yogis and munis, they want to be sitting there. But for this match, yogis are also sitting because Krishna is present there. So they saw Krishna as absolute truth, and the Vrishnis as their supreme worshipable deity. So Vrishnis, so these people, they saw him as the worshipable Lord. So like that. So here also it is described that how according to the person's mindset and uh, uh, his dispositions towards Lord, Lord will also reciprocate in the same way. So like this. And we see in Mahaprakash Leela also that how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was also according to, he was fulfilling this of all wishes of all the devotees, like that. So like Lord asked Kolabecha Sridhar, he was not present there. So he sent his devotees that actually nobody knew about Kolabecha Sridhar so much, but Lord knew alone that how he is such a great devotee. So Lord, he sent some of his devotees that you bring him, Kolabecha Sridhar here. And so all that, now nobody knew, since nobody knew, they asked that who is this Kolabecha Sridhar? Where do we find him? So Lord told, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that you go around this place in Navadvip and you see at night he will be chanting names of Lord. Loudly he will be crying. So you go, if you find such a person, you bring. That is Kolavecha Sridhar. So they went around the place, they searched, and they heard that one person, he is shouting and crying, chanting names of Lord. So when this used to happen, no, when he used to cry at night and say Krishna Govinda at night or Hare Krishna, no, neighbors, they used to think that this person, no, this Kola Bicha Sridhar, he's so poor, that there are holes in his roof. It is almost broken. When rainy season comes, his whole uh, home is filled with water, and there are holes in his dhotis. He doesn't have proper dhoti to wear, and and he didn't even have a proper glass or a pot to drink a water. That was also broken. So they thought this person is so poor, definitely he doesn't get a food at night, and because of hunger he is crying, he's chanting the names of Lord. So they used to somehow, I mean, they used to chastise them that you eat something, then you sleep. Why are you disturbing us at night? So their mood was that they thought that because of hunger he is chanting names of Lord, but actually he was ecstasy. Actually, then he was chanting. So when they heard that somebody is chanting like that at night, they went there and they told Kolabecha Sridhar. He asked him that, "Are you Kolabecha Sridhar?" He told yes. Then he told that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is calling you. So when he heard this, that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is calling me and he wants to shower his mercy on me, he fainted there actually, thinking that I am not eligible for this. I am such a fallen person. Why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inviting to give his mercy? I don't deserve it. So that was his thought process. But he was the most beloved person to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he fainted, and they tried to revive him, but he couldn't get up. So what they did, one devotees, so both of them, they lifted him. One caught his legs, another person somehow they brought him in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and so now after that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told somehow he revived him. I don't know, maybe they did kirtan. So as soon as he got up, he saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Again he fainted, and then again somehow they revived him. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told that, Kola Becha Sridhar, I am very pleased with you. You asked for a boon. Then he said, Kola Becha Sridhar said that I don't want anything. I am very happy. I don't want anything. No boon. Chaitanya would, no, you have to ask. This is my instruction. This is my order. You have to ask for a boon. And now he said that actually, if actually I don't want anything, but in still, if you want to give me something, give me this boon, that in every life, whenever your lila happens, that I also come with you in the same role as Kola Becha Siridhar, and you do the same pastime, same exchange. You come as a small Nitai, and how you used to harass me for asking for bargaining with me for taking bananas and banana leaves and all these donas. You do the same thing in every time whenever you do pastime. That is my only wish. You just fulfill this wish of mine. So like this we see that how whatever our mood is, what is the devotee's mindset or any person's mindset, Lord will reciprocate in the same way. So ye yathamam prapadyate, like that. So okay, I'll pause here. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions or if you want to comment something, you can do, or you can share some points.
थैंक यू सो मच प्रभु जी, नाइस वंडरफुल क्लास. सो बहुत अच्छा है कि लॉर्ड जो रेसिप्रोकेशन करते हैं वो अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर डिज़ायर. सो आपने बहुत अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया, जैसे वो बलि महाराज का टाइम पे जो वामन देव अवतार, तो डिज़ायर जो दोनों था तो दोनों फुलफिल किया वो कृष्णा का पास टाइम में. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर डिज़ायर लॉर्ड विल रेसिप्रोकेट. थैंक यू सो मच.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you for the nice class. Uh, I really like the class because when it comes to the Lord being equal to everybody, so you give so many references, so many pastimes, so many ways, and you can understand in different angles how Lord is equal in different situations in different ways. So actually, Lord is equal. If we try to understand, we can understand that. But many people think that by reading scripture, that's only for his devotees, not for us. Thank you, bro.
So, as mentioned, the Lord is impartial to everybody. In some instances, we see newborn child with so much deformities. You can mention 101 deformities. You can explain that it is because he has done karma. But what upon his surroundings? His father may be thinking, his father also cries, mother also cries. Everybody is crying around because of one deformity. How is he not impartial to his surroundings? You cannot, it's called blanket bombing. You cannot bomb everybody because of one. Everybody is suffering. Not that he is having karma. That I understand, Prabhu. He is suffering. What about his surrounding? Surrounding can be half a kilometer or 1 kilometer away also. Mean to say everybody is having bad karma, Prabhu. How to explain this, Prabhu? Father is also crying because he may be a pious person.
So, of course, it's not that not karma philosophy. It's not for chastising others that this person is so sinful. That's why he's born like that. So that is not the. I mean, we are as a devotee of Krishna. We have a sympathy for everyone, all the living entities. But still, when a jiva comes to this material world, and then what happens? Then material nature takes over. Then what happens? That as per the karma of the person, then he has to face the consequences also. Now the general uh, thought process which is there is that person, any person, generally general mass, they don't accept that there is a rebirth. That is also in India, at least it was there, but now so-called modern people, they don't accept that also. But fact remains the same. Prabhupada says that you cannot. Uh, Prabhupada says that everybody is helpless because of material nature. You cannot skip the laws of material nature. Now it might seem that Lord is so cruel. How can he does such a thing to a small baby? But the thing is that we are seeing just that moment only. But actually, the jiva, it is in this material world since anadikal. I mean, long time, many births that has happened. So we don't see that picture, no whole picture. We see just a small instance. Now, as you were telling, your question was that, I mean, why other people are suffering, right? So now the thing is, material nature will arrange things in such a way that that now these two people might had some interaction in previous life, and so because of that they are together. Like it says in Shastra that like two leaves come together, like in a river, and there is a tree on the shore, on the banks, and the two leaves fall. They might be there for some time together, then again they separate. So like that, all the hmm, sand particle leaves that is also given. So they come together and then they separate after some time. So they are so similarly many so different jivas, they come together, and they uh, it is called I mean this that they whatever karma they have, they suffer or they enjoy, and then they separate after some time. So like that. So this is a temporary arrangement which is there, and they are, because of their previous karmas, they are together in the same place. Just like when, what is the name of that demon, Jarasandha. So Lord, he attacked, so I think 17 18 times he attacked Krishna. Now every time he will bring many so many soldiers with him. But why was he not? Lord was not killing him. This Jarasandha demon. It is explained because he was bringing more and more demons with him, and then so they were always this thing. So all were getting killed together. So what was he? He was the agent for doing this. So similarly, jivas also come together. They, whatever karmas, whatever their previous interaction, maybe this person might have heard that another person, like Prabhupada especially talks about this thing, that what is it called? Those people who kill the baby in the womb itself. Then such a person, he has to suffer a lot. He himself will be many times, he will be, that thing will happen to him, that he will not see the day of, I mean, light of the day. Same thing will happen to him also, and he will suffer so much. So now this things might be happen, like miscarriage happens. So that is the result of this only. That this person must have killed babies in the womb in past life. So this thing is happening to him also. So now, do we say that this is injustice towards him. No, uh, he is suffering this thing because of his own actions. So like that. But if person takes to Krishna his shelter, then Krishna says that Ma Sucha, don't worry, I will take care. Hmm? Like that. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vrija aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami Ma Sucha. So Lord is giving that. But the thing is that this knowledge is not there now. So that we are doing, we are, I mean, distributing Bhagavad Gita. Then person gets hope. Yes, it is not that this life is not all in all. There is bigger picture than this. Then that person, he will get hope. He will be pacified that yes, it is not just one life which is there. Because of some karma he is suffering, but now we can help him, isn't it? Any living entity, any person. So like that. Prabhuji can.
So as you mentioned that when a child is born, he's suffering, fine. What about why his father and mother has to suffer? So something is called as a collective karma. So it's not like that raw karma acting randomly. It's very complicated. That's why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bodha gacha karmana, bodham sabi karmana, ghana karmana gati. So karma is very, very complex. So we cannot say that we are completely pure. And so his father, mother also, they are very, very pure. They have not suffered. So yeah, because all of them have to suffer something. So that's why these souls are brought together for that purpose. That's why the same person has been born there, and sometimes you know uh, it happens like some children born with some disease, and because they have to serve that child, parents also has to take lots of hardships. So it's a collective karma. Okay. So that's why. Yeah. And unless this child becomes conscious about his own activities, the parents has to bear the consequences. So that's why parents has to take care of them. Carefully have to take care. अगर a child breaks your neighbor's glasses, who will get punishment? Child or parent? Parents only has to pay the fine, right?
Medicine and karma. Medicine, we have what is called as genetic disorder. I think everybody knows what is autism, cerebral palsy. It's not good. It runs in generation. You can tell by autosomal dominant, out of 4 kids, Antolo will get in this generation. It's just called a skip generation. Next generation, all the 10 children will be fine. But the genes are being dropped down to the next generation. There, another 1 out of 4 will have this. So, this is genetic. Is karma genetic? If the disease is genetic, is karma genetic? Why the same line of people are punished? There is no escape. In medicine, I can prove that if father is having cerebral palsy, his grandson, one man, will be there. Not now, another 1,000 years. Top. We don't know from when the cerebral palsy started. You cannot escape. That's why they don't get married. It's called as consanguineous marriage. Brothers, putra. In Pakistan, I've seen since abroad, Pakistanis, they married brother and sister. All two children cerebral palsy. Horrible. Because their grandfather had, they got married like that. So if genetics is hereditary. Is karma hereditary? Can you answer, Prabhu?
No, no, it's fine, Guruji. See, it is, um, see, some families that got that kind of a series of consequences to suffer. So, who will take birth into that family? It will be decided by his own karma. The family tree that you explained is the situation. Kind of whoever takes birth in the family has to suffer. So, okay, somebody gets birth into this family, he has to suffer, and after that his suffering is done. He will take another like he's suffering over, and he has accumulated some good karmas in that lifetime also. Then maybe next time lifetime he will take into the nice family which are healthy. It is not that you are taking birth into the same family again and again and again. So anybody who has to suffer like that, he will be put into that kind of a situation. So yeah, these are the situations are created for the such a to attract those soul who has to suffer that kind of thing. Yeah, who are destined for that kind of a fate. Anybody, maybe last birth, whoever, we don't know who is that person, but yeah, he has to suffer this kind of thing, so he will be brought into that. In a particular kind of a jail, in a particular jail, this kind of punishments are given. Another jail, this kind of punishment. Somebody who is to suffer this kind of punishments, those kind of prisoners will be brought into there and then will get those punishments. Right? So we can say like that. These are the, so we have to preserve that. Yeah, but yeah, of course, this is not just only the sad situation. There's a escape to that also. So Krishna is not only the gives the punishments, he gives the way to escape also. That's why it is said, if somebody who is performing these devotional practices strongly, they can escape those kind of things, the fates. So only thing is that you have to perform spiritual practices very very strongly. So then all the punishment will be given off. Hmm? So where the place where Yada Bharata's fasting was happening, there also people are telling, "Are people, we cannot, first of all, we cannot help people to come out of their sufferings, but we can elevate their spiritual consciousness, we can elevate their spiritual level so that they will not suffer in the future." That's real compassion on somebody. If somebody born with a cerebral palsy or maybe somebody's family has got that kind of genetic thing, so we can do like that. We can, whoever comes into that family will get some kind of spiritual piety. That kind of environment is there. Then whoever comes there, even with the cerebral palsy or not with the, so they will gain some good karmas and then go ahead in the next birth and they will not come back again with that kind of injury. Somebody is poor, so maybe even if he is destined to be poor, even if he gives lots of money to him, he may not be going. His life will not be easy. But if we ask, if we can elevate his spiritual consciousness, yes. So in future his karmas are going, and of course, definitely sometimes we will get a comfortable life, at least.
श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।